Okay. How is everyone doing? Yeah. So today it's a beautiful day. Believe that everyone is well wherever we find ourselves, and I believe that all is going on well with every individual. Yeah. So welcome to this session where we have the opportunity of speaking, on the Kilima, hub, app, the Kilima hub app, and this is also a moment, that helps to also discuss and highlight everything you need to know regarding the Kilima Hub app, everything you need to know about the app. My name is Young Joseph, and basically it's nice to have anyone who is watching this video. Probably maybe you stumble on the video much later on YouTube. Also it's a great timing as well for you to have the opportunity of also getting to know what we've been working on, and how that also influences a couple of the things that you will be doing going forward. So hence the reason why I'm here to actually speak on that. So specifically this session is to speak about Kilima Hub app. Over the last few days, I usually will always talk on or speak rather on other sessions that has to do with Buy Africa and Think Africa. And what that actually really is supposed to mean is that with regards to the Buy Africa, Think Africa, when we started discussing when I started discussing with some individuals also across the continent, friends, of course, by virtue of some of those live sessions you go on, probably maybe TikTok or or even X and other platforms. I came to realize that in Africa we love to talk, and don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with loving to talk. We like to talk a lot, and when we speak, one of the things that we try to see or try to do is to just discuss and then not apply what we speak about. So this inspiration, or the inspiration rather, for the Kilima Hub app was actually born out of that those conversations that I began to sit down with certain individuals and begin to understand what they see, what they feel with regards to how Africa is being treated, also in terms of when you look at also the social media space, and how that also affects also their discovery, with regards to other climes, other places, and other areas as well. So the whole concept of the buy and think Africa, the whole concept was actually to really help to educate, provide valid information, and provide kind of like summarize some of the things that you will find in many countries. The sad reality of one thing that we find on the African continent is that, like I said, is a lot of conversations and not too many actions. And so when we set out to actually started working on this app, when I set up actually personally started working on the app, one of the things that I put at the back of my mind is to be able to provide answers to certain questions asked by certain individuals. And so it was just one part of the program to really answer those questions. So today we will be talking about the Kilima Hub app. That's just by way of introduction, and so you will allow me also to share my screen with you. That will provide the opportunity for you to see the app firsthand, and also some of the reasons, some of the things that we inculcated, or some of the things we put up on the app, and to kind of like to help strategize, or probably structure everything that has to do with the app, as it were. So, Kilimanjaro, first of all, is taken from the name, Kilimanjaro. It's taken from, the name Kilimanjaro. And when we talk about Kilimanjaro, we're talking about the tallest mountain on the African continent. So, so the Kilima, is the very first few words, and then when you take off the other ones, and then of course it becomes the Kilima hub. And a hub is actually a place where people converge, where people just kind of like go to have fun times. It's just like what you have basically with your mall and all that. So that is just basically what it's all about. So the name is not strange. The name is gotten from the tallest mountain on the African continent. So that is just for those who may be naysayers, or those who may be struggling one way or another, of one way or another, in terms of battling to grapple with what the app really is supposed to do. So I'm sharing my screen right now to just give those who would want some bit of information with regards to the app. We will be doing this as much as we can, and as constantly as we can, oftentimes, to really try to explain, the app, to provide detailed information to everyone signing up. So for now, Kilima Hub app is, for now, we are just in the early phase, early access. And so for early access, we are not yet on Google Play and iOS. We are working to have that done. I believe that by the end of this week, we should have ourselves on Google. But for now, we do have the Android version, which you can always download the file if you are someone who is also interested in using the app. And you will definitely be interested in using the app. The reason why you will be interested in using the app is because of the opportunity it provides. Like every other app, every other app is kind of like different. And so for what we built, it's also different, and also provides so much information that you and I will need. So when we look at the Kilima Hub app, and here's the catch. So when we look at the Kilima Hub app, when you actually get to sign up, or you rather, I will implore you visit www.kilimahub.com, www.kilimahub.com. And what I mean by that is like KILIMAHUB.com, KILIMAHUB.com, KilimaHub.com. So that is where you can find us. And so basically, when you do go onto that site, I believe you can also check it via your web browser on your phone, or if you are looking for the Android version as well is something that we do send to individuals, also for them to really have an early testing of the app, and also give us feedback, but also use it as a platform to also bring people who they may find interest, they may feel we should have an understanding of the app. So so when we talk about Kilima Hub, like I said, it's kind of like an app that is built, rather it's built not the way every other app is built. We know on the African continent that most apps are developed um, from the West to Africa. So basically, this is a totally different scenario where you have an app developed from Africa to the world, and it's an app also that allows, or everybody can use. We decided to also just allow certain features to be as large as possible, just to also, as the time goes by, of course, you'll be having renewed version, you'll be having newer version of the app. Then you will get to, of also upgrades and all that, and then till we get to other places that we're looking at. So the Kilima Hub app is an app that is meant to provide solution and provide answers to those who may want it. One of the things I realized also in Africa when while I was working on this project is the mere fact that in Africa, one thing that we do kind of like have is, having different areas, of expertise that we would love to see represented, while using a device, while using, kind of like either an app or probably using, a solution. And so we tend to provide that. And so it is, an app that is a social media marketplace. It is also an app that also provides also opportunities for every person in every field, to really share their thoughts, on daily basis, to also do, to also use the app. So there will be sessions also which we will have where we will have, private sessions, and where you can get to understand how the app works much more than this. I'm just going to only just talk briefly, and not majorly, on everything, with regards to the app. Every other thing we will share that information via, the Google form. If you go to my pinned, video, you will find a Google form that you can fill in, either on YouTube, on Facebook, sorry, you'll be able to find that. For YouTube, you will also find, I think, one of the videos, or we should be also appending a video for you to also find, a Google form if you are watching by virtue of YouTube. So the app is multi-level. It's an app that, carries other apps. So that is just the key thing. But I just want to discuss about a couple of places. So one area that I love to go to constantly is the area that has to do with the public square, right? The public square. What was the idea behind the public square when we were working on this app? The idea behind the public square is that in most African nations, if not all, in most of them, you find that one thing that we find, within our society, or probably if we can go back, or maybe if you were not born long time enough, and maybe you can ask your parents, is a convergence of place, a place where people come to converge. That is how a market square or a public square, used to look like. So the public square is usually a place where you can come share your information, while you also see information seeping through, or probably information coming through from other apps as well to that place. So it's a hub of all places. So for example, and I'm using, this is the older version. The newer version also highlights some things also that you can see, and you will be having that. I think by tomorrow we should have also the newer version also, coming up. So, for example, one of the posts that you will find there, which I just made, about 12 hours ago, the opportunity available for real estate in Africa is enormous. Yet, my apologies, that is supposed to be yet many are still grappling to tap into it. And it goes on to say hash property, hash investing, hash Africa. So it's like almost every other app, in terms of, when you look at, this public square area for people to post, but it goes beyond that. And so if you are actually involved in real estate, this is an app that will be very, very good for your use. For your use, it will very, very instrumental to use for your clients, inviting your clients also to sign up, also for them to also be able to see your posting, wrapping up your video, your pictures rather, because we are actually taking our time when it comes to videos, but wrapping up, your app, sorry, your pictures, together, and then handing it, into the app, and kind of like have it, posted for individuals to be able to visit. So I'm just using the real estate, which is the property area, kind of like for an example, so that you kind of like understand it. Like I said, for kind of like in-depth sessions, we will prefer, and we always prefer having that, via any other means, and most of the time it's always via Google Meet. So what next also does the app hold? Of course, that area is for you to, the public square is an opportunity for you to post all of the things that you want to post, and then we have a QR code that you can scan. For those who want to scan the QR code, I believe you can actually pause this video to scan, your QR code. You can always scan the QR code, and it will redirect you. For Android users, actually, it will redirect you, to the app, in terms of, what you want to use in terms of downloading, the app. My apologies there. So the QR code, you can always use the QR code for that, and I suggest you pause the video to actually have that done. So next thing also is that the app comes also in light, all right, and also in dark. So it depends on which one you are comfortable with. So let me just switch also to the light version, also to help those who may be struggling with also using the dark version. When I started with the dark version, but the light version also opens your mind to also certain things. So, but when you look at the left side of the app, you will find, the listing of several key features that you may be able to use use within that area, to redirect you to certain areas also within the app. And I will just pick also one or two also from that area to also speak about it briefly. But you should be able to, like I said, switch to the light team. So if your case is to switch to the light team, you can be able to switch to the light team. And you can also take away, just like when you see this double button, right? You will also find it also here by the side of the teams. When you click it, it takes away the sidebars. It takes away the sidebars so that you can be able to see the app on a broader, scale. If you just want to see it from a broader, scale. Also, like every other app that you will find in today's world, especially when we talk about apps that also are relative to social media, apps that are relative to, in businesses, apps that are relative to those who want to be able to invite people to also do business or to showcase also something. It's an app that provides you the opportunity to be able to showcase your craft, right? To showcase your craft. So if we take, for example, arts, for example, and you and I know that when it comes to arts, it's something in Africa that a lot of young people and a lot of people, work on. And sad reality of it is that so many of them are not able to publicize their work, because on every other social media, normal social media, you have people posting about every other thing. But in this case, we built the app in such a way that if art is what you want to really look at, then of course when you go to the dashboard, you find everything that has to do with art. So let me just post something here to say African arts are super cool, right? Super cool. And I say, Africa, hash Africa, or I could also say arts. I could also say, for example, I could make mention of any other thing, could just say trade and things like that, and then you post, via the, the what do you call it, via um, the key text area. You understand? So you should choose, what team you feel is, useful for you. But I also want to say something. When you are on mobile, it's totally different from the setting on web, browser. You understand? The web browser. My apologies, I totally forgot to speak about that, at the beginning. But on the mobile, what you have here with the top areas, of different apps that are available on the app, you will find that, in a mobile drawer, you understand? So it's a totally different, concept, with what we have also from a laptop. So you can always post whatever you want to post, just like I just posted. And if I may just darken this a bit, just to have, the theme. And then you see, this is what I posted here. And you could also now, from this post, you may decide to go to the public square. And when you get to the public square, of course, you will find the same post also there. And it allows anyone also to respond, to it, kind of like saying, um, um, yes, I agree, for example. Yeah. So yes, I agree. And there you are. Voila. There you are. It goes also in that way. So it gives you an opportunity to structure your pictures, to structure how you want them posted, to be able to use it also to explain away your skill, your craft, or whatever that you are doing. Like I said, the current version actually highlights by the side the names of each in the place where, the convergence of messages coming from, just kind of like you have with river, different river coming to the ocean, but the rivers are marked so that you know which one is which. So that current version, has that, and that should be, ready in the couple of, hours. So, but what else again that can we find, on the Kilima Hub app? Like I said, I'm not going to take all of the explanation. I'm just going to give, kind of like a brief. Is the concept of villages. The concept of villages. of course, the village you can see on the screen there is where it's my village, is my home village. And one thing that I do understand about those of us who are Africans is that we enjoy our village. And one of the things that has been said, is that it takes a village, to raise a child. And so the concept of villages is something also that was dear to my heart, and I worked on that, in terms of making sure that that's available, because on most other platforms you may not find the concept of villages, and it was important that I also speak about that. So you can always create your village if you so wish. Put in the name of your village, and then the description of your village, what it is about, and then of course you can create that, and then have your community join in on the conversation on your village. All right, join in on the conversation on your village. So you can always have that done. For example, my village that I created, there, I just need to just open it, and then of course I can always type, put in hashtag or any information to comment, and then also speak directly to my own people, who I want them as well to know about the app. So that is for the concept of villages. So you can do a lot of things also with the concept of villages. It can be a meeting point, it can be a discussion point, it can be anything that you can think of in terms of bringing your people together from wherever they are from, or probably your tribe, things like that. You can always build and create as many villages as possible on the app. Then, if we look at the order list of the app, you have agriculture, arts, fashion, healthcare, market, movies, music, real estate, and then you have order services, order products, professionals, travel, and then of course you have your settings and your log out. So whichever one that you are comfortable with, we also have that platform for you. My apologies to those who. Oh, okay, great. I was thinking maybe my audio is coming from what do you call it now? I was thinking my audio is coming from uh, the laptop and not from the mic. So back to what I was speaking about. So it allows you to do whatever that you feel is the right thing to do. Like I said, more detail are actually shared, by virtue of the session. And if you fill the Google form, it gives us an opportunity to know how many attendees are going to attend. And also, this is also to just explain that it provides countless numbers of opportunities, and the goal is to really get Africans to really connect, right, connect, and then discuss a lot of a lot of things, work on business, work on craft. As we attend some of those sessions, some of the information will be put to you, and then you will get to understand even much more information than you can ever envisage. So there's so much with the app, and I implore everyone to just check the app out. Go to www.kilimahub.com, and you will be able to find the details concerning the app. www.kilimahub.com, you will find a detail concerning the app. And we are in the early phase, and we are test running, test trying, and but one of the things that you and I will know, and you will agree with me, is that our creators are also very important. And so we created sections for also creators. And I will always say that anyone trying to use the app, just try to navigate through the app, try to find what how the app looks like, and just go through the information with regards to the app, and I can guarantee you will be excited using the product. So there's so much that the app provides. There's so much it is still going to provide. The concept also with regards to the app, the reason why I built the app in this way is that most apps from the West really tells us the story from the West, and there is nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's the concept that they have, and our app is to tell the story from Africa to the world, and also allow also other people from every other country in the world as well, also to come hear our stories, or to sit with us also to hear our stories. And there's so much opportunity this is going to create. It's going to help to cement a lot of relationships, mend a lot of relationships, and I believe that it's going to open up doors to so many people, especially especially in a continent where you and I know from the information that we do understand. Our continent is now kind of like having one of the youngest population in the world. That is between 18 and 24, and that is to tell you that that is a whole lot of younger people, sitting somewhere, not really engaging in some of the things that they will need to do. But this is also an opportunity to create those opportunities for young people to be able to maximize use of the app, not just for fun, but also to be able to maximize, using the app for so many other things. So I implore you to actually sign up. If you've not signed up, sign up to the app, get working, get moving, and then of course get, to connect, with fellow Africans and fellow people everywhere. And we're hoping also, one of the things, my dream would have been that the current African Cup of Nations, that we will share, a lot of information, or tons of information via the Kilima Hub app, because that will also be an avenue also for us to contribute also to the African Cup of Nations, as it were, because what that means, contribute our own quota, in terms of giving our platform also for, the African Cup of Nations to also, host some of, for people to put up, some of their posts and things like that. It's an app designed also to provide solutions, and so there are so many solutions it's going to provide going forward and in the future. And I hope that if you stick around long enough, you will be able to find out those opportunities. The concept is to really connect Africans. The concept is to, rip out, unemployment also from the continent. The concept is also to open doors to, every individual, to use the app, irrespective of race, tribe, or creed, from wherever that you are from. It gives you an opportunity to also use the app and also to understand Africa from the African context. So if you want to join in on the session, where we actually teach and elaborate, and of course, going forward in the future, you will be getting videos just like this video that will be saved up to YouTube. If you want to know more, about, how to use the app, there are so many, conversations also that are centered around it. For example, the Buy and Think Africa, platform is a platform also that provides, an opportunity to discuss more with regards to the app. So there is so much opportunities, and I implore anyone, if you've not used it before, go to www.kilimahub, kilimahub.com. It's in early phase. Try to, become one of the very first persons that will run the app to see what it is like. And we don't shy away from, feedback. We don't shy away from feedback. And if you feel that, in our case, you want to give us a feedback, feel free to actually also, kind of like send us a feedback. In terms of contact us, send us a feedback, and of course, we will be responding to it 1 to 2 business days based on, the numbers of those who may be interested. So, Kilima Hub app is an app that will provide, and is providing already, an opportunity for certain individuals. Like I said, it's a two-way process. It's an app also that not only allows you to socialize, but it's an app as well that you can build your business around. The idea and the goal is to really provide an opportunity for several Africans to build their business around a certain, solution. So, Kilima Hub app is, to give you the opportunity to also build your business, your craft, your trade, your skill, your profession, whatever that you feel that you're comfortable with, to build it, around it. And that is really the intention and the goal, because we want to make it in such a way where we can assist also to help to connect not only Africans, but also to connect businesses and several other things. So there are so many things in the works that we will be doing, we'll be working on. And as we continue, we'll continue to explain, give you understanding with regards to it, provide, details in terms of where we are going, what is happening, and what are some of the things, that are supposed to be expected, and everything. We will, continue to, give you a feedback with regards to how the app works. So that's the much I can take. Like I said, earlier, I will be having this session, and I think if it's not on this session, it was on the other session that I had, with the guys on LinkedIn and also TikTok. So, but as it is, this is going to create not only opportunities, but create open doors to so many places. And like I said, it's structured around not only ourselves, but it's structured around Africans, but it's structured around Africans wherever that you will find them, wherever that you will find them. So kilimahub.com, is where to log in at the moment to create your account. Kilimahub.com, so that you can be the part of the early users. And if yours is also that you want to get the downloaded version, either on Facebook, either on YouTube, please, scroll through the video. You will find also the QR code for you to download. And let me just share that also briefly before I take my leave. I forgot that I am actually in real estate. So, but so when you scroll, you will be able to find the link, the QR code. Sorry. We will also be putting in features that has to do with pinning, your post also to the top level. So that will also be coming, and there's a whole lot we're working on. So you can always pause the video and then, of course, scan the QR code if you're using an Android phone. If you're on iOS, that is going to be coming in the future. Google Play coming in the future, but Google Play, we're hoping that we can actually have it, done this week, so that it's creates an opportunity for people to just go directly to Google Play and then start to download it. So that's the much that I can give with regards to the app. Like I said, for all users, if you are a user of an app and you want to use our solution or use our app, then I believe you'll be able to go to to be able to sign, the Google Meet form, so that you will attend the next session. We will put you through on how the app works. We will explain away on how the app works and several things that you and I will need to know with regards to the app. Then yeah, so we also, I'm making it a point of duty to be able to guide individuals gradually to be able to make the right decisions for themselves as you use the app. Hence the reason why it's a multi-level app, and which is an app that contains home, agriculture, arts, fashion, healthcare, market, movies, music, real estate, and then of course when you click the drop down menu, you have other services, other products, and then you have professionals, and then you have travel. Each of these apps, represent, something, a story that needs to be told, from the African perspective. But very importantly, we have created the app in such a way that once you redirect to a page, for example, you go to professionals, as it were, you're on the professional page, you will not be seeing the activity that goes on in the public square. And when you click, the dashboard, everything you find on the feed or on the timeline, is a representation of only the professional, dashboard. So you won't find any detail of any other thing here from probably maybe agriculture or arts or any other thing. You will be stuck with, the information that has to do with, the professional dashboard. So as we continue over the next few days, we will be evolving. We will be explaining so many things that you can do with the app, and I believe that this session has really provided, an insight that you will need. And if it has provided an insight that you will need, I suggest that you sign up right away. Sign up right away and become a part and parcel of what we are building. Africa shall be great. Africa shall be important. Africa shall be in charge, and Africa shall be the head alone and not Bennett, in the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth. So thank you so very much for everyone that has watched the video up till now. If you are stumbling on the video on YouTube, please do not hesitate as well to share, like, and subscribe, and also share it with some members of your family who may need information with regards to the Kilima Hub, app. So that's the much I can take now. I do not see any questions, so I think we're good. While you're using the app, as we are using the app, do not hesitate also to drop your questions underneath the video as well. I will be also be able to respond accordingly. And if it's not something you want to drop, under, a comment you want to drop under the video, feel free to send us actually a message, and we will respond. We'll do our best to respond between 1 to 2 days. So thank you so very much for hanging out with me. Thank you so very much for this kind of like introductory conversation regarding the Kilima Hub app. And we're hoping that we will catch up again tomorrow, same time, same space, same place. Also, even as we continue in this journey of highlighting and explaining what the app can do. God bless you, and I'll be seeing you. I remain young, Joseph, and I'll be seeing you much, much later. Whenever we meet again. So that is a wrap from me, and hope that we can come to the conclusion of what the app can do for you and do for I. Thank you so very much. At this point, I will be getting off, and I hope to catch up with you and see you anytime soon again.